Angers, team from Western France, and so much will go through Ziyech as he combines with Hakimi on that right-hand side. Ziyech playing it in speculatively. Salim Amala had got into the advanced position for Morocco. And the anchor man in midfield, Sofiane Amrabat, brother of Nordine Amrabat, who's also played for the Atlas Lions. Batshuayi, very much a journeyman striker. No, Romelu Lukaku again because of the injury situation. Eden Hazard in the starting lineup, and his brother Torgan as well. And Batshuayi, he wasn't properly picked up, and it's the first corner of the game. It goes to Belgium.
And it's a good spell from Morocco initially. They tried to get in behind Belgium, but then Belgium just took advantage. Romain Saïss, your center back, had driven out. He carried the ball forward. He was out of position, and a quick counter down that left-hand side. A ball slipped in for Batshuayi, who just runs that channel incredibly well. A good near-post cover-up by Bununu, excuse me.
Yassine Bounou between the posts. Born in Montreal in Canada, but grew up in Casablanca. Of course, Morocco playing Canada in the final game in this group phase. Referee just having a bit of sorting out to do. Jan Vertonghen is poised to make that late run.
And Onana now, he's going to be the free one.
Let's see what Belgium can conjure. Just head flicked away. It was Mazraoui who managed to get up there, the Bayern player.
Good timing on that deflection because it was Onana who just gliding in at that back post.
So Torgan Hazard makes his way over to this right-hand side. Hasn't had the best of seasons with Borussia Dortmund. Not a goal, not an assist. 14 total appearances, the majority off the bench. But they all wait again here for the Red Devils. Taken by Torgan Hazard. Head flicked on by Timothy Castagne for Belgium. Eden Hazard. Arriving on the scene was his brother, Torgan. Here's Thibaut Courtois coming all the way out. If he's not the best goalkeeper in the world, he's certainly in the conversation. The Belgians regard him as number one. Real Madrid wouldn't have won the Champions League final last season without his colossal contribution.
That's right, at the end of the match in both the semi and the final.
Ziyech, he was very much a stylist. He was out of the picture for a long time. Fell out with the previous coach, Vahid Halilhodžić. Back in favour now under Walid Regragui. Just stabbed away at the vital moment there by Jan Vertonghen. Record caps holder for Belgium. It's his 144th international appearance as Witsel plays it out to Torgan Hazard. His brother wanted it played into his path. Get the feeling the Belgian players are a bit fed up of being asked questions about whether or not they can win the World Cup, whether this generation is past its best, Ali.
Well, any player gets fed up when they're asked the same question a million times over, but certainly I know this group knows that they left things wanting last time out, and yes, they recognize they're clearly 4 years older. They're not as fast in the back. They've had to answer those questions every single press conference, and at this point you've got to focus on the positives. You've got experience in that back line. You have one of the world's greatest midfielders in De Bruyne. Eden Hazard, if he can play his way into form for this World Cup, you know, there is potential and possibility here. Lukaku, if he gets back into form. So they want to just play and see how they grow within this World Cup, because Roberto Martinez was clear that not having a lot of games leading up into this World Cup has clearly set off some of the top teams in terms of their automizations and how they play off of one another. And that's one of the strengths of this group, the familiarity.
Vertonghen and Alderweireld, who know each other so well from the time with Tottenham. It's actually the 364th time in all they've been together for country and for club. Well, nothing wrong with the idea, as Thomas Meunier got himself high up the pitch on the right. There's Roberto Martinez. And he's liked by most in the game, tends to have a sunny disposition in pre-match press conferences. And he was the Ali Wagner for me back during the World Cup in Brazil in 2014. He was my co-commentator.
Well, did you get some good nuggets for the game? Now you tell me that?
He always keeps his cards close to his chest when it comes to
always ask
selection matters, yeah. But I was at the press conference yesterday, and the general tone was one of, okay, we got the victory over Canada, it was better in the second half, but there is certainly room for improvement.
I'm still disappointed. You didn't get that answer for us.
Slung it down here, Belgium.
And that was one of the principles that they wanted to influence this game upon, and that is just control the game in possession. And you saw early on there was a couple moments of transition. That's not how Belgium wants to see this game play out.
Meunier, the man they call La Machine.
Oof.
And De Bruyne getting tangled up there. The foul was by Seis.
And one of the things they did not do well in that opening match was break lines. Well, it was the ball from Meunier into De Bruyne that takes out the mid, and then you see him just getting the better end of Romain Seis.
Three official languages in Belgium, two that are spoken widely, Vlaams and French. Vlaams being Flemish, closely related to Dutch. And Kevin De Bruyne is the man, of course, hovering over this. Still, I think it's fair to say, you're looking at the best individual player in the Premier League, you give the nod to Kevin De Bruyne.
Erling Haaland might have something to say about that these days.
Well, he's enjoying feeding, Erling Haaland, for Manchester City. It's De Bruyne and Torgan Hazard. Witzel, one of the players waiting. Referee being quite deliberate. Having a quick chat with En-Nesyri.
And you just stand in that offside position, make it more uncomfortable for those backs to know where you're going to pop up.
It's going to be left for Kevin De Bruyne to chip that one in for Belgium. Eden Hazard, another of many in Belgium who feel that he really ought to be left out. There are others in form. Perhaps Leandro Trossard is the obvious person in that conversation. Others in form who should be playing from the outset. We'll see what develops as this tournament progresses.
Yeah, but I thought it was interesting the way he looks at the match now with 5 subs. It's not just your starting lineup, it's your finishing lineup. And Trossard has something to say about that. He could come and influence.
That was Torgan Hazard with the throw, looking for Aiden. And another corner, it'll be here for the Rode Duivels, as they're known in Flemish. Les Diables Rouges in French. The Red Devils in English.
That's all? Give me another language.
Die Roten Teufel in German, which is an official language, but not widely spoken. And well, just in front of the goalkeeper there, Bounou. The problem was solved.
And you just can't keep giving teams so many looks on set pieces. Little miscommunication there. If you're Bounou coming out for it, you've got to be loud, clear, and make